Good morning! It's Saturday again, and I'm back. Are you getting sick of me yet? Rattling off the way I do? Well, I've been having a blast, and I've really been enjoying your responses and your questions. So I want to get back to those today. All right, we have a question from Kathy um, talking about facial hair. If you're over 45, you probably know a lot about it. Do you get waxed? Do you bleach them? Do you pluck them? What do you do? Well, when you get waxed, know that not only are they taking out those stubborn, long, dark, or white ones that are kind of stiff. I hate those things. They drive me nuts. I feel them. I'm in the movies and I can feel it, and I just want to go get my tweezers and get them out. I actually carry a huge, not a huge, but a very strong magnifying mirror and tweezers with me at all times. And I have told my kids when I get so old and so feeble I can't feel them or see them anymore, it is their job to make sure they are gone. I used to go visit my mom and she would have like 10 long white hairs coming out of her chin and she didn't even know it. Drives me crazy. And what kind of sense does it make? We lose the hair on our heads and then we get hair on our chins. Like, what is that about? Like guys lose their hair on their heads and they get hair in their ears. What is that about? I haven't figured it out yet, and I haven't found a doctor or anybody that has studied the natural history of man that can give me an answer. So we're stuck with it. So when you pluck a hair, it takes it out by the root, and each root has 3 or 4 hairs that grow from it, the follicle. And what happens is the hair grows all the way out, then it dies, then it falls out, and another one is starting to grow. And that is true of every single hair follicle on our bodies. And the reason we're not bald or have no eyelashes is because they're all doing it at a different time. But every hair on your body has a pre-set length that it grows to, and then it dies, and then it falls out. So when you pluck your hair, you actually, after many years of plucking, you change the channel that the hair grows out of, and it gets kind of crooked and messed up. And that's why after you've been plucking, the hairs are actually harder to get out sometimes. They're really stubborn because it's not just slipping out of a clean, straight channel. When you pluck with a tweezer or you pluck by waxing, it's still plucking because you are yanking the hair out by its roots. So if you want to get hair off of here or some hairs off of here and you wax it or here, you are taking out all those fine little peach fuzz that you don't see, along with the longer, darker stuff you do see. So I always think it looks a little strange because you've got this blank spot like your palms, a spot with no hair at all, and then you can see the edge of where the hair grows around it. So I highly recommend that you do not wax, that you pluck. Then you're just getting those specific hairs out. And also, if you pluck your eyebrows, it's really easy to take out way too much. So that's what I have to say about facial hair. I hope that satisfies you, Kathy, and anybody else interested. Let's see. Daisy was asking about preservatives and honey. So obviously about boom silk. So very interesting. They have found jars of honey that have been sitting for 5,000 years in sarcophagus. I guess it's, leave it to the kings. They can take it off when they can take it with them, I should say, after they've split the scene. So this honey is as if it was just taken out of the hive. It's edible, it's clean. Now that's what I call a preservative. Think it'll preserve our skin too. So it is 100% organic, and honey is a fantastic preservative. A lot of people get concerned about Boomstick Glow and Boom Silk getting rancid, um, being bad in some way, and it's really not possible unless you put something with, you know, a bacteria in there that can grow. But the propolis is an antiseptic, and it's what keeps the hive germ-free. So it's very difficult for any bacteria to grow in there. So I've got a jar of Boom Silk right here because I was going to talk about it on another video, and you are safe. And if this comes in the mail and it's been sitting in the heat for a long time, do not worry. I have tested it. In my own car, I have put all the products in my car for an entire year, living through a New York summer in a car and a New York winter. So they've gone through the whole cycle, and they do not change, they do not go bad, they work just as well, the consistency stays, so you're good to go. All right, I hope that answered that question. D.R. Rumrill. I can't read my own writing. Sorry about that. Asked about me using Botox because she seemed to think my forehead was very smooth. I'm telling you, these video cameras just don't see the truth. Don't see the real deal, because my forehead, you know, okay, here we go. Get a little action going there. I mean, maybe it's smoother than some people. I actually thought I always had a really huge forehead, and I wore bangs most of my life because the kids would make fun of me. So I didn't want it to show. And then I decided it was a look of intelligence, and I just let her rip. So I have never used Botox. I never would. I like having expression in my face. Right? When I see you Saturday morning, don't I make some really strange faces while I talk? You know, that's me. So I don't know. It's like that's what I love about other people, that we have feelings that actually show on the outside. I wouldn't want this very perfect face. I remember working with a model once who thought that if she did this a lot, she'd get wrinkles. So she would laugh, and she actually would go, and she didn't want to smile all the way. Oh my God. And of course that got me cracking up, and then I laughed harder, and then she laughed harder. I wonder what she thinks now. She's probably about 55 years old. All right. Janet wanted me to find out who the author was, the father who wrote the book about food additives, and I am sorry, I have not done my research, but I would do it the same way you would, which is the internet. Just write in any keyword you can, any which way and backwards, and find out if you can discover who that author is. But there are many books about food additives that you can read. So sorry, Janet, I haven't figured it out yet, and if I do, I will definitely let you know. Melanie, your opinion on products. Oh, to lighten freckles. Why do you want to take away your freckles? I love freckles. My daughter has freckles. We used to say it's where the brownies kissed her. They'd sneak in at night and kiss her and leave freckles. So, no, I don't have a clue. And if there is a chemical that actually takes freckles off of your skin, and freckles are deep, you don't want to get that stuff near you. No, 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 no. Learn to love your freckles. All right. Jane. Sanitas Solar Care. Maybe she was asking me about that product. Jane, I do not know anything about it. Oh, right. I remember. It's a, I think you were recommending it because it's a safe sunscreen. Sanitas, Sanitas. So anybody interested, check it out. All right. Oh, let's see. Well, I'll let you know where I am. I'm sitting on my front porch, and right there, that is a path. It's a foot trail that runs along my property and goes up about 30 miles. I'm looking out at the river and the cliffs, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it out here, and I'm feeling a little wistful about summer coming to an end. However, I'm not feeling that way about my lack of energy. I cannot seem to get motivated to do the things that I normally do. Like if I have a break in the day, and I tend to feel pretty industrious and I want to do different cycles. So I might, work in the office for Boom for a while, and then maybe I'll do some personal emails, and then I'll go out and do a little gardening, and then chill out on the front porch and do different things. And one of the things I really love doing is cleaning out my storage. I just hate accumulating things, but I do, like everybody does. And every once in a while, I'll go through the boxes and say, okay, out, out, out. It's got to go. And I've really been wanting to do that. And I have a little more time right now. It's kind of that lull at the end of summer, and I just can't get motivated. So I can either fight it or I can surrender to it and maybe just hang up a hammock and read a few books and take it in, because I know the fall energy is going to get me motivated again. Which brings me to something that I would love to share with you. I learned that human females, have heat cycles just like the rest of the mammals on the planet. And I was not told until I was in my 40s. So what that means is the energy builds up in your body twice a month. And as it surges towards ovulation and menstruation, you have a peak of energy, and then it goes down, and then you have another peak. Well, if you're postmenopausal, that will not be happening. If you're pre-menopause, and I mean you have your cycles, boy, pay attention to that, and have the people around you pay attention to that. Because what happens is when we get that energy, also we get pressure on our cells, and it's a tumescence, and we will do anything to release that energy. Hence, what they call PMS, emotional PMS. Let's fight, let's cry, you want to just explode. Well, another interesting thing is Mother Nature, the Earth, also has heat cycles. And the peak is in the spring, and then it goes down in the summer, and then there's another peak in the fall, and then it goes way down in the winter. So that is something to pay attention to. Now, we all know the sense of back to school, back to work. Everybody gets, energetic and industrious in the fall. Well, that's the Earth's heat cycle, and we are responding to it. The other one is in the fall, and that's a very strong one as well. So when you feel the lull in winter and summer, don't worry, it's not you. And when you get that burst of energy and you become very industrious, know that you are responding to Mother Nature. And when you're going through your own heat cycles in your body, men respond to you. So they can actually take the ride with you, although they have stable hormones compared to our cyclic hormones. So that's kind of an interesting subject. If you want to know more about it, let me know. And I think we're done for today. So have a great day. This has been a blast. I hope I answered everybody's questions. And ask some more if you'd like, or bring up some subjects you'd like me to speak about, and I'll do that. So I'll see you next Saturday.